Lay your fabric flat on a table or the floor. Cut all the pieces according to your pattern. Press each piece. This will make sewing much easier. While you have the iron on, press the sleeve hems twice and set them aside for later. Let's start with the waist darts on the back bodice. With the right sides together, fold along the dart line and sew a straight stitch following the half diamond shape indicated in your pattern. Repeat for the remaining dart. Set this piece aside. Now let's move on to the front bodice. With right sides together, sew the darts as indicated on your pattern. We'll attach this piece to the bust detail later. You should have 4 pieces cut earlier. With right sides together, pin the bust pieces. Sew a straight stitch along the top seam to secure. Then sew the bottom seam, starting from the middle as shown, and stop about 6 millimeters before the end. Leave this part open so we can attach the shoulder seam later. Repeat with the other bust pieces. Turn both pieces right side out and press. With right sides together again, pin the bust pieces and sew a straight line. Turn the piece right side out and twist the center. Pin to hold the twist in place. Now, with right sides together, pin the bust section to the front dress panel. Sew to secure. Then finish the raw edges with an overlocker or a zigzag. Take the 12 by 12 centimeters piece. Sew it right sides together to form a tube and turn it right side out. Wrap this around the bust twist, fold the ends neatly at the back, and hand stitch to secure. Next, let's insert the invisible zipper into the back bod. Start by finishing the center back seam edges with a zigzag stitch or an overlocker. Fold the center back seam in half, right sides together, and at the end of the back slit, mark a line 2 centimeters up from the bottom and 7 centimeters down from the top. That's a 9 centimeters line in total. Sew along this line to define where the zipper will end. Place the invisible zipper face down on the right side of one back edge, leaving the top stop about 6 millimeters below the neckline for the collar allowance. Mark small matching notches along the zipper tape and the bodice edge. With the zipper open, align right sides together, match the notches, and pin carefully. Baste the zipper in place based on the other side of the zipper, then sew permanently with an invisible zipper foot, stopping at the marked line. Repeat on the other side of the zipper. Fold the zipper under the seam allowance to hide it neatly. Finish the raw edges of the back lining with an overlocker or zigzag stitch. Take the neck lining and the back layer of the front bodice's bust detail. With right sides together, pin them at the shoulder seam and sew to secure. Remember, the 6 millimeter gap we left earlier is where this area joins. Repeat for the other side of the lining. Next, with right sides together, pin the front layer of the front bodice's bust detail to the back bodice at the shoulder seam and sew to secure. Repeat on the other side. With the wrong side of the back bodice facing you, pin at the shoulder and along the neckline to the zipper's side seam. Straight stitch to secure. Repeat on the other side. Turn the dress inside out. Let's move on to the sleeve. Sew along the sleeve hem that we left aside earlier. With right sides together, match one sleeve to the armhole, aligning the front of the sleeve with the front bodice. Pin carefully and sew along the armhole. When you reach the cutout section, fold the edges neatly and continue sewing to the other side. Repeat with the second sleeve. Next, pin from the sleeve hem down to the bodice waist, making sure the underarm matches. Then sew slowly and evenly to ensure a smooth line. Repeat on the other side. Finish the raw edges with a zigzag stitch or overlocker. For the side slits, fold up about 5 millimeters twice, press and sew along the edge, crossing neatly at the waist to the other side. For the bottom hem, fold up 1 centimeter twice, press and sew neatly along the edge. Repeat for the other side. Your cutout bust Ao Dai is complete.